It's not the enemy at the gates that we need to be truly concerned about. It's the enemy within. It's highly unlikely that we're going to be attacked by any foreign government as long as the overall majority of the population is still armed. Highly unlikely. Sure, there might be modern weapons out there that can take out a lot of people, and so forth and so on. But a bullet is still a bullet, and it's just as deadly as it ever was. And even though geriatric Joe and his merry band of traitors managed to weasel their way into power, it's still not a likely scenario that some outside force is going to attack. They have to rely on those people who are quite literally their agents to open the gates for them so that they can do what they want to do. And in some respects at this point, they are doing exactly that. Throwing open the gates so that others can dilute the freedom that we've all taken for granted for years and years. If you thought things were bad before 2016 and that everything was on a downhill slide, I'm pretty sure you're thinking things are real bad now. Just look at all we've learned since the election in 2016. Just how many forces are out there that are trying to undermine our freedom on both sides. I'm not for Republicans or Democrats. I'm for the Constitution and the people. And according to the Constitution and the way that everything is framed originally in this country, that's the way it's supposed to be. But it becomes more obvious through each cycle that that's not the way it is. Just think of all the things that we've learned in the past 6-8 years of how interconnected the enemy within really is. And you might think that the problem lies in Washington, and a lot of it does. But that's not where the seat of power really is. That's not who's running the show. Apparently, it's the corporations and the big money that drives all of this. It holds themselves way above the people and will do anything to undermine our system to maintain their power. They've never been more exposed than they are right now. But if I was on the other side, I would say, wait a minute, this has been far too easy. Maybe we're being set up. And it's still possible that that is exactly the case. Because the people want to know what happened during the last event that happened in November of last year. And there are audits going on right now to find out. I don't know how many of you have ever seen or watched V for Vendetta, where V lines up all these dominoes and knocks them down, which represent a sequence of events to expose what's really going on. And from what I see, that's what's happening, or at least as I hope to hell that's what's happening. Because if you set up the events just right, when that domino falls, everything will be exposed. It'll be like a chain reaction. And when fraud is found in one area, it'll lead to another, and another, and another, and another. Leastwise, that's what I'm hoping is going on. Because this is basically our last chance. Our last crossroads for the truth to be exposed. For the most part, the American people in general, if not the world, know what the truth is. Because when you try to suppress the truth, it's like stomping on a turd. And the harder you push on it, the more squeaks out. So, I guess the overall message I'd like to convey, even though there are plenty of people out there saying all is lost and it's over, just like I had been saying all along, it ain't over till it's over. And sometimes you might have to experience the worst to understand exactly what's what and how things are set up. So hang in there, because it ain't over till it's over.